Hello guys, I'm Kiri. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about a very old car. A 1903 Dion Bouton 6 HP. 1903 mean today the car is 118 years old. So let's see what was to have a car 118 years ago. The first car in the world made by Provenance with a combustion engine was presented at 1885. Was a very simple machine by today's standard, just single cylinder engine producing under 1 horsepower, very low revs, rear-wheel drive driven by belts and open type. But 18 years later, one French manufacturer made the car what is here today in front of us. The car is Dion Bouton 6 HP. The company was founded by Marquis Jules-Aubert Dion, George Bouton and Bouton's brother-in-law Charles Trepardue in 1883. But in the beginning they were made rail cars. Then they start to produce the steam cars, even some of them they were attending some rallies back then, like the well-known on that time rally Paris-Rouen. But in year 1900 they made the first car with combustion engine, the Model D, with single cylinder 402 cc and producing near 4 horsepower. Even in 1901 they began to manufacture the car under license in New York, USA. On that time, Dion Bouton was the biggest car manufacturer in the world, producing 400 cars and 3,200 engines, which they supply actually different car manufacturers. In 1903 was presented a new model, the Model Q. The car, what we have here today, actually this is Model Q, 6 HP, which was very different from the early cars. The engine was on the front, because the early cars the engine was on the back. Even the car had a reverse gear. The engine is again single cylinder with side valves, 698 cc for the 6 HP version, because on that time as well was another engine, more powerful version, 8 horsepower, which was known like 8 HP. So the engine was very fast revving for the back then standards, very reliable, but not only the engine, actually all the car was very reliable. The, that's why today we have a lot of surviving cars because of the popularity and build quality. The gearbox was bolted to the tubular chassis and was very innovative from that time, very smooth, very silent even when they changing the gears. Again, very reliable. The performance was pretty good even back on that time. The maximum speed was 30 miles per hour. So this is 50 kilometers per hour. Imagine guys, this is 1903, 118 years ago, car with maximum speed 30 miles per hour or 50 kilometers per hour. This was absolutely amazing performance back on the day. The price when new was 200 British pounds, but 200 pounds on that time was actually big sum of money, so the car was expensive. But let's talk about this particular car because I think the history of this car is amazing. The car is displayed at the Montague Motor Museum in UK, but what amazed me is that the car is in the same family ownership since 1913, when the car actually was 10 years old. That means 108 years the same family ownership. So guys, probably this is the car with the longest one family ownership. 108 years same family ownership. I didn't see before any car, so probably this is the oldest or one of the oldest car with the same family ownership. I'm gonna say again, 108 years same family ownership. The owner, the other important thing actually of this car is this is the first car in the Montague collection, or one of the first cars in the Montague collection. Actually, Lord Montague placed in on display in Palace House in 1952 as part of a small display of cars. This is the becoming of the Montague Motor Museum, now known as a National Motor Museum in UK. Nowadays, the Montague family using the car very often actually, and is regular entrant in the old-timer marathon London-Brighton. So this is just amazing piece of history, and it's very beautiful car. It's just have a look at the lights. They are brass lights, and they are made by Lucas. So uh, actually, Lucas is very old brand, made in making lights or some electric stuff, but actually is just amazing. So one more time, the lights are made by Lucas, and they're from brass, just very shine, very beautiful. On the seats, you can see some drawers or some wooden doors, but this is some sign on the doorstep, actually on the step, Dion Bouton Limited London. I don't know exactly what mean Limited London because actually the car is French, but I don't know exactly. I'm gonna say what mean Limited London. But on the front, if you see, the car looks really amazing. Just have a look on the front with these two lights, with this red leather interior, just and this green color. It's amazing, just amazing, beautiful car from 1903. Very beautifully made, and as well the wooden wheels. The radiator is on the front, how you can see, because the engine is on the front. This is the first model, one of the first models with the engine on the front. Before that they were made the cars with the engine on the back, but this is one of the first models, the Dion Bouton, with the engine on the front. You see, I'm gonna say again, it's just single cylinder, 0.7 liters and producing 6 horsepower, and you can see the radiator again is under the number plate, and you can start the car actually manually. There was not electric start on that time, so only the way is to start the engine is with the hand. But you can see here on the side as well these grills on the engine, uh, the engine cover, very beautifully made. We can see these grills actually laid on the very sport cars, the Italian sport cars like Ferrari, Lamborghini. But just have a look, these vents on the side of the engine cover, just very beautiful, and the lights. There is mirror. I think this is aftermarket mirror, but is very absolutely beautiful. And this is a sign, a label on the chassis, of course, and oh, the car is amazing. So the air horn, of course. The steering wheel is one of the prettiest part of this car. Just have a look. I like this steering wheel. It's wooden, of course, and it's very beautifully made. The leather, I'm gonna say one more time, it's just amazing. Red leather with this green color. So it's very nice, the leather to the color of the car. So just perfectly made car, and was very reliable. The engine, the gearbox, all the chassis, the suspensions, all the parts actually, they were very reliable. And from this view the car really looks amazing. Just have a look, the horn, this air horn, the two lights, the front side of the car with these wings. They are a little bit on angle, but it's very beautiful. The front side of the car, the radiator, I'm going to say again, is under the number plate, and this is a very famous number plate actually, AA20. It's from 1903, one of the original very early number plates in UK. Very beautifully. Actually, the car is very small by size, um, but was very comfortable for two people with this fantastic leather and very soft suspension actually, and reaching 50 kilometers per hour or 30 miles per hour was just amazing back on the day. And I want to see here again the two doors under the seats. This is like storage compartment, and on the back side of the car is actually a real uh, trunk like the today's car, cars because the engine is on the front, so on the back they have the storage compartment as well. And the wheels are actually very beautiful, these wooden wheels. The leaf springs you can see, part of the suspension of course. The the rear axle actually is live rear axle with a differential you can see here, and leaf spring suspension, just very beautiful. And there is light on the back as well, and these white strips and the car, they really match very nice to this green color. It's just very beautiful. The backside as well is beautiful. The wings, they're very nicely made, of course. You can see here also the car is, everything is very shiny on this car, very beautiful. The wheels, just amazing. You can see here part of the rear axle, and here the floor of the car and some of the pedals. You can see the air horn, of course. But this red leather is just very beautiful, and I'm gonna say again, so it's very nice to this car, to this green color actually. So this is just amazing piece of history with this Dion Bouton 6 HP Model Q, part of the Montague collection in UK. One more time I want to see the brass lights made by Lucas. So 1903, Lucas made these lights for the Dion Bouton 6 HP. The steering wheel is very beautiful, but these grills on the engine covers, they're just very beautiful. There are 9 in total. The floor again, and here the sign Dion Bouton Limited London. So guys, I hope you liked the video about this very early French car Dion Bouton. If you like, please subscribe my channel, and see you next time guys. Bye!